The package this afternoon. Governor endorses for accountability as PDP local government chairmanship candidate kickstarts electioneering. House of Assembly tax Ministry of Health on training of health personnel to avert infant mortality, maternal morbidity. State government announces resumption dates for public and private schools in Akwa Ibom. Plus, stakeholders in petroleum subsector call for total deregulation of petroleum downstream sector and government determination of palm prices. We have details of these and other stories shortly. A very good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us. I am Juliet Richard, and I begin by telling you that the Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moino has flagged off PDP campaign for the forthcoming local government elections with a charge on the candidates to strive for sterling records, exhibit humility, accountability, and forthrightness when they emerge victorious at the polls. Governor Nohu gave the charge Thursday at the Uyo Township Stadium, also presented campaign flags to the candidate. Government House reporter has the details.
The governor, while congratulating the chairmanship candidate of the party, described them as ambassadors who, as symbols of the party, are expected to bring synergy, development and peace to the party. He said his administration, which ensures forthrightness, has given them a platform to serve without struggling. The number one citizen of the state, while acknowledging the PDP structures represented at the flag-off, appreciated the chairman, State Congress Coordinating Committee, Mr. Wem Okoko, and the PDP State Chairman, Mr. Nekanakban, past and present leaders for the work done so far in the party. He noted the show of strength that the party is capable of, wishing the PDP chairmanship candidate a smooth campaign, trusting the Almighty God to grant them victory.
It gives us very great pleasure, and I count it a privilege to stand here today to flag off a local government campaign today. Let me congratulate all of our candidates for the chairmanship election of our great party who have just presented with flags. You are also great ambassadors of the Arise agenda. Ambassadors who are the symbols of our party that has brought development, peace, security, and good governance to our dear state and our people. So I charge you to go out there and campaign on the sterling record of accomplishments. Sell your message of hope and our shared aspirations as elaborately contained in the Arise agenda.
The state deputy governor, Senator Kuniarani, in a goodwill message mentioned that the governor has fulfilled his promises and for giving the women a good platform to serve in the party. As chairman and councillors, she assured the governor of the preparedness of Akwa Ibom women to sustain their support for the PDP during the local government elections.
And so, sir, we say, may God bless you. May God bless PDP for giving women, for giving us the position that we have, the platform that we have to excel. We will continue to serve our party and serve Akwa Ibom State. PDP!
On his part, State Chairman of the PDP, Mr. Nekanakban, commended the governor for proving to Akwa Ibom people that he was ready for governance, describing the party as disciplined as the peacefully produced candidates during primaries to serve and form support for his second-term election.
Your Excellency, today you've done well for Akwa Ibom State, and the party PDP is very proud of you. Your Excellency will continue to support you.
General Wem Okoko is the chairman, State Congress Coordinating Committee, while setting the tone for the event, said the peaceful election of parties, chairman and councillors in the 369 wards and the 31 local government areas of the state was a testament to Governor Moino's reign as a man of peace.
We deeply appreciate you, Your Excellency. We appreciate the stakeholders. We appreciate the party chairman and his ESCO for giving us this opportunity.
Goodwill messages were also received from political leaders of the 3 senatorial districts in the state, including Senator Emmanuel Ibobisin, Senator Ifeanyi Bo, a senior advocate of Nigeria, Chief Sam, and former secretary to the Akwa Ibom State Government, Obono Grace Ekong. Otobumo AKBC News.
Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has summoned the Commissioner for Health, Professor Augustine Umo, the Chairman Hospital's Management Board, and the Chief Medical Superintendent of the General Hospital, Awa Ona Local Government Area, over the deplorable state of the hospital. The summon followed a matter of urgent public importance raised during plenary by the Chief Whip of the House, Chief Ifeanyi Johnson, who represents Mbo State Constituency. Legislative Affairs reporter Yukuswa tells us more.
Chief Johnson expressed concern that the surroundings of the medical facility was not befitting of a place that caters for the health care needs of the people, despite being equipped by the state government.
The one I brought into the hospital, Mr. Speaker, the equipment in that hospital, I don't think any other hospital in this state have. But the environment of that hospital, immediately there is a will fall sick more. So we have to begin to manage medical officers of the hospital. The weeks after police. See, to pass. Everywhere in the hospital from the 80. The hospital is dirty, but the staff, very important staff, they are working. Then the chief medical officers will tell you all about them.
The Deputy Speaker of the House, Kofi Abasedidem, who represents Itu State Constituency, and the Deputy House Leader, Otobongbo, who represents Nsodubium State Constituency, contributed to the motion.
I am not here to talk about the importance to talk about why we should do the job program. I am here to advance the prayer that whoever is in charge of that place should be summoned.
Speaker, and also joining in his great disappointment and dissatisfaction as to the management of critical infrastructure in the Akwa State. I think it's important for the public to know that the government is not responsible for everything. And we cannot be responsible for everything. There are people that are serving the responsibilities at different strata of the government. And if those people fail in their responsibility, it makes the government look bad. And it's not exactly the government that will come and cause it in the hospital. It's not possible.
Handing down the summon as a resolution of the House, Speaker Udeme Otong said the House will not allow public health institutions funded by taxpayers' money to deteriorate.
So they now invite the Commissioner for Health to bring those people to appear before us and let's ask them why they cannot report on duties on time. They cannot be in their environment. Thank you very much.
Uyoko Uswa, AKBC News.
Still on related developments, Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has passed a resolution urging the Ministry of Health to organize trainings, workshops, and mentorship programs for traditional birth attendants to enable them update their practice. This is in an effort to reduce childbirth complications and maternal morbidity in the state. Uyokoswa tells us more.
The resolution was sequel to the adoption of recommendations of the report of the Moses Essien Chaired House Committee on Health.
It is called for the Speaker to consider the evaluation of the measure. 1. activities of the federal lieutenant falls under the Commission of the Public Development Agency. 2. That the federal lieutenant is an informal sector, hence the government is not obligated to join them in their routes. 3. Non-availability of private personnel at public welfare centers in various government areas, especially at night, encourages people to seek the services of personal care attendants. 4. High rate of maternal death have been linked to the use of personal care attendants. 6. The Ministry of Health routinely educates personal attendants on the need to refer child-based communications in the area health centers in their locality.
The report was deliberated on at the Committee of the Whole before the resolution of the House.
Those who never say aye, those are against them. The ayes have it. Accordingly, the report of the House Committee on Health is hereby adopted. And the clerk is hereby directed to communicate them in the appropriate process.
Uyoko Uswa, AKBC News.
Following the non-appearance of the management of Ibom Icon Hotel and Golf Resort alongside the Commissioner for Tourism, the House Committee on Industry, Commerce and Tourism has rescheduled its investigative sitting for Monday, September 16 at 9 o'clock in the morning. Again, legislative reporter Uyoko Uswa witnessed the circumstances leading to the rescheduling of the hearing.
The investigative hearing of the committee is aimed at ascertaining how the Ibom Hotel and Golf Resort has seemed not to be profitable despite huge investments of government and change of its management. This led to the summon of the Commissioner for Tourism, Sir Charles Udo, and the management of the hotel. The Commissioner, however, appeared only with his permanent secretary and appealed to answer all the concerns of the committee, an action that was thoroughly rebuffed.
I think we should just adjourn and wait for when we are properly constituted. We have to see just the commissioner and the permanent. From our preliminary investigation, most of the people who were engaged by ICON are still working in the hotel. And no, they will answer to a well with them, so you have to appeal with them so that they can answer their own question, and they are coming with agreements they have with the hotel.
The question that you want to so we look at those departments in that hotel have some questions to answer as far as our investigation by the powers of the Constitution of Nigeria to us.
After members of the committee expressed their concerns, the Chief Whip of the House and Chairman of the committee, Chief Ifyong Johnson, noted that all invitees must heed the committee's summon.
The Committee of Commerce Tourism has invited the Honorable Commissioner for Secretary and the management staff of the Golf Hotel to appear 9 o'clock on Monday. That takes care of the invitation to anybody.
Uyoko Uswa, AKBC News.
Government announces resumption dates for public and private schools in Akwa Ibom. Plus, stakeholders in petroleum subsector call for total deregulation of petroleum downstream sector and government determination of palm prices. We have details of this and more after the break. Do stay with us.
Everything you go through in life is preparing you for your next assignment. My father was a police officer, so I lived in the barracks. A barracks like a mini in Nigeria, you find everybody there. My dad's salary, of course, couldn't meet the family income, so I had to sell soft drinks for my mother so that we can make up the family income. I used to take soft drinks from our home and I go to the airport and sell. It was fun. I didn't know I was going to ever get into hotel business. So eventually, my coke hawking helped me later in life when I started running my hotel. Those little things you did became building blocks for my later days in life. And you know what? My house was built on the same street I used to go through to hawk. And so everybody that saw me hawk these soft drinks for my mother, when I bought a land there and built my house, all of these people were still alive. It's like, some of them had to break their children. Look at me mentor these kids. Today, when I drive around the streets, sometimes you find people sell and you stop by. I just remember, it used to be like this. That hawking has helped me today to be able to serve the people. Accept the things you can't change and change the things you can, and ensure that you just have the fear of God in you. I think the only person that can stop you from achieving what God has set out for you is you.
Akwa Ibom is rising.
Back, we bring you the rest of our stories. The Akwa Ibom State Ministry of Education has announced that the resumption date for the 2024-2025 academic session is Tuesday, 17 September 2024. Consequently, school activities are expected to commence immediately, same day, in order to complete the curriculum for the first term in the new academic year. In a release signed by the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Education, Mrs. Stella Adiakban, the ministry warns that government will not take it kindly with any private school that defies the official resumption date to resume on an earlier date. It's called on all public and private primary, secondary and technical schools in the state to note their resumption date and comply accordingly. The youth of Ikono in Ikono Ibom clan, Uyo local government area, have elected a new president to run affairs. He is Mr. Itogo Thompson, who polled a total of 108 votes to defeat his opponent, Mr. Godwin Emanson, who polled 5 votes in an election conducted at Ikorekbeyak Village Council Hall.
Speaking after the election, the village head-elect of Ikorekbeyak, Etidon Michael Odet Ekanem, said that the election of the new youth president was necessitated by the vacuum created by the demise of the interim youth president, the late Dr. Dofia Moore. He charged the newly elected youth president to discharge his functions without fear of favor and work against palm fruit theft, parallel village meetings, cult practices, and collection of land rights by unauthorized persons.
Don't fear and pray for. Don't pray for, don't fear. You have the right as the president. Let them forward. You know they will get it on. So from now on, you have the power. They don't want me. Put on the youth president.
The new youth president of Ikorekbeyak Ikono, Mr. Itogo Thompson, pledged to lead with the fear of God while soliciting the support of all indigents of Ikorekbeyak Ikono at home and in the diaspora to enable him and his team succeed. He expressed appreciation to God, the village council and the entire youths of the village for his emergence as the president.
Ni nam jero ngakol bayak aroke ini manyo ngasana kesat kubam fena mo fiang jang aron temmeme ku bogi ro yene kamme ku bogiro yire temne ki bogiro wanne foki yari bian be yon kambo nda ye.
The election committee chairman, Mr. Okwet, said that his committee was mandated to conduct the election based on an existing zoning arrangement that gives the 4 hamlets in the village equal opportunity to produce youth presidents. He explained that Adahokana and Adabasat hamlets had before now produced youth presidents, with the Kodinwan and Ikpa hamlet remaining to take their turn. He thanked the village council for giving him the opportunity to conduct the election and congratulated the new youth president, Mr. Itowewede Thompson, from Ikpa hamlet on his victory at the polls. The Kanibom Youth President, Comrade Anieto Bot, who witnessed the election, commended the Kodekbeyak youths for
the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, state-to-state quarterly conflict mitigation and prevention dialogue held in Akwa Ibom State has advocated more sensitization at the grassroots against violence during the upcoming local government. The dialogue held in Uyo reviewed progress on the implementation of the action plans from first to third quarter dialogue during the technical session. Ufod Udokan.
Mr. Belvo Pagunabel at the opening of the event said Akwa Ibom is at the critical stage of election, which is of serious concern to many. He said state to state will continue to build synergy on dialogue for conflict prevention and mitigation in the state. According to him, the recent approval of local government autonomy has re-engineered hope and expectation of the people, and as such, there was need for stakeholders to maintain during and after the elections. The state-to-state conflict specialist, Mr. Cosmos Dini, in the technical session, led participants in a review of conflict issues identified in the first, second, and third quarter of the year and their impacts on the peace and stability of the state. The session noted that most elections are held at primary school premises, and the resultant effects are that school facilities and properties are often destroyed. The chairman of Akwa Ibom State Independent Electoral Commission, AKBC, Mr. Nedi Ikoiwa, represented by one of the commissioners in the commission, Mr. Nyaiko Pumana, who briefed the participants on the preparations, said AKBC was ready to conduct a free, fair, and transparent local government elections come October this year. He said the commission was ready to conduct election in 4,553 polling units in Akwa Ibom State and advocated for politics without violence.
Government, through the Presidential Compressed Natural Gas Initiative, has commenced the distribution of auto gas conversion kits to states. The kits were Nipco warehouse in Ibafu along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway to various states. It was gathered that government had earlier approved the rollout of compressed natural gas for vehicles at 230 naira per litre. The initiative, which is aimed at providing cheaper and cleaner alternative to petrol and prices keep increasing, was launched under President Tinubu's directive to reduce financial burdens on Nigerians. Report has it that the introduction of compressed natural gas as a fuel source aligns with government's drive towards an energy diversification and designed to bring immediate relief to Nigerians, especially those who depend on transport for their livelihood. The committee is targeting the conversion of 1 million vehicles through the distribution of compressed natural gas to commercial vehicles involved in transporting people, food and goods in line with President Tinubu's directive. It is also gathered that the distribution of these kits will be carried out in collaboration with key partners to ensure nationwide accessibility. One of the engineers, Mr. Moses Onet, disclosed that trucks loaded with conversion kits had already departed the warehouse to Abuja, Kaduna and other states. He urged Nigerians to take full advantage of the initiative to ease their financial burdens on petroleum products. The Federal Ministry of Education, in collaboration with the UK FCDO funded Partnership for Learning Artificial Intelligence in Nigeria, has introduced a centralized e-learning platform to revolutionize teaching and learning in Nigeria. This was made known in Abuja during a 2-day stakeholders workshop with the Minister of Education, Professor Tahiri Maman, aimed at showcasing the platform for public use. Professor Maman, who was represented by Mr. Benga Odewale of the ministry, noted that the platform called e-learning would provide access to high-quality educational resources, including interactive exercises, videos and text for learners and teachers from basic schools to tertiary institutions, as well as complement professional learning for teachers, provide learning based content and promote digital inclusion and accessibility. He emphasized government's commitment to technology integration in education, as well as create positive impact on teaching and learning, thus providing equal access to quality educational resources for all. Petroleum marketers, refiners and depot owners in Nigeria have called for full deregulation of the downstream oil sector, seeking to end government price control due to subsidies. The Major Energies Marketers Association of Nigeria, in collaboration with the Depot and Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Crude Oil Refiners Association of Nigeria, African Refiners and Distributors Association, and Petroleum Product Retail Outlets Owners Association of Nigeria disclosed this during a webinar yesterday. The meeting, themed Optimizing the Nigerian Oil and Gas Industry, brought together key stakeholders from various sectors of the oil and gas industry to discuss challenges, opportunities, and strategic initiatives. The stakeholders called for freedom for marketers to purchase crude oil from local and international sources, and for refineries to enter into processing agreements with retail companies. They also made a case for the establishment of a new committee structure in the petroleum sector, inspired presented campaign flags to the candidates. We also brought you a report that Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has passed a resolution urging the Ministry of Health workshop and mentorship programs for traditional birth attendants to enable them update their practice. This is in an effort to reduce childbirth complications and maternal morbidity in the state. That's all we have for you this afternoon. We appreciate your company. Thank you and do have a blessed weekend.